Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Paul Hauss here. I'm here in my new studio. You can see it in the back. And I'm going to do a little video on that within the next days. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel. And today I've got a little gear review for you. I've got myself a new little toy, which is not really a toy, but a really nice piece of gear. The Console 1 by Softube. Let me show it to you. This is it right here. You can see its functions, EQ, the compressor section, the drive section, which I really love. And this thing is a controller for your DAW. You can put it in as you normally would with a plugin, as an insert. And then you have all those controls like I showed you before: EQ, Transient Shaper, Compressor, and the drive button, and so on. And what's cool about it is that it also can use some Uad plugins, which I'm a great fan of. So I haven't used it in a mix yet, so let's try it out together, see how it sounds. I'm really looking forward to it. So stay tuned. Okay, I got this drum loop from the Metro Rhythm. Let us solo the kick drum. And let's apply the Console 1 as an insert. Softube Console 1, here we go. And if you click on the display mode, it shows you all the parameters. If I turn the knob here, you can see I can apply the gate. This one is the Transient Shaper. As well as the EQ. You can see all those parameters here that I can apply. As well as the compressor, you can see the ratio. We have the tag, release time, threshold. And also what's very cool about it, you can use the compressor in parallel. So you can blend it in, dry, wet. And this one is the drive knob. It will give you some saturation. And you can choose what kind of character you would like to have. Then we have the pan and the volume knob, so it's pretty handy. And on the left side there's also some high cut and low cut filters. But let's start fresh here. Let's insert it again. And let's try to not have a look at the parameters. But the beauty of this Console 1 is that you can use it like an analog console without looking at the screen, just touching the knobs. So let's try to use it on the kick drum. and you can hear the difference when I mute the parameters. However, I would not recommend mixing in solo mode, so let's bring in the other elements and hear how it sounds. Now I'm going to mute the console one and put it in again so you can hear the difference. So on this kick drum I applied the Transient Shaper, sustain and punch. Also boosted some low gain and some low mids. I didn't like the compressor, but I used the drive buttons as well. So the beauty of this console one is that you can now use Uad plugins. I like to use, oftentimes I like to use an 1176 as a compressor on the drums. So let's try it out and see how we can put a Uad plugin into this thing. Let's go in screen mode. You can see our EQ curve for this kick drum here. Let's try to apply a compressor. Hold shift and compressor. And you can see all those compatible Uad compressors in here. So let's use the 1176. Okay, now let's try to use a little parallel compression with the 1176 by Uad on the kick drum. Now let's apply it. And I applied 70% of the original signal and blended in 30% of the processed signal. Now let's move on to the snare drum. Let's apply console 1 again. Here we go. And let's do some work as well. So on the snare drum you can see I boosted some low mids to give it more punch in the lows, and I applied some Transient Shaper, some sustain and punch. I didn't apply compression here because I think it really doesn't need it. Now you can see how quickly you can move around between all those parameters using just the console one without using different plugins and mousing around. So it's really a fun way and also an efficient way to move on in the mix. But as I said, I haven't used it in a mix as of yet. I just got it because, you know, back in the days I also had an analog console. And to me, mixing is an art, and in my taste, mousing around all the time isn't a fun way to do it. So I'm really looking forward to use this piece as the centerpiece of my mixes. And I'm really planning on inserting it on every channel of my mix. And also on the auxes, buses, who knows. I'll keep you updated on that. If you can, have a look at Softube Console 1, give it a shot yourself. And don't forget to subscribe here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.